Hello everyone, I'm Nilima and I welcome you back to my channel Exploring MS. Last week I had talked about my MS story and I had shared about how it all started, right? What was what was the symptom, what all doctors I visited and what all tests I did. Okay, so in this video I'm gonna cover it as part 2 of my MS story, wherein I'm gonna take you through the treatment that I received once I was diagnosed and with MS. So I had done my MRI as I mentioned in my previous video, and I had to go to meet the doctor. So when I went to meet the doctor, I was accompanied by a friend, and she mentioned that I have to be hospitalized. So on that day, Dr. Divedi was not present, but one of the doctor of his unit was there. So she said that I have to be hospitalized like immediately, and I was not prepared, right? I didn't even know what had happened to me. I had just gone to show the report. But my friend, he said that okay, just get hospitalized and I'll get the things. That's not an issue. So I had no option but to get hospitalized, right? And just to let you guys know, I live alone here in Delhi, and my friends and my family is back in Darjeeling, right? So all I had here was all my friends, and they have been the biggest support. That's what I can say. So I got hospitalized and then the treatment started. Now what did I get as a treatment, right? I received solometrol, that is the steroid. So this solometrol, it went on for 3 days, and maybe in just second dose I regained my speech, and by third dose I got my speech back. So till now I have not faced any issues related to speech. I have been talking pretty well without any issues, right? And that was one thing. That was the first and the last symptom of speech that I went through. But on the second day, they also made me do a lumbar puncture, commonly known as the spinal tap, right? They had numbed my area in the spinal cord, and what they do is they had inserted a needle, a thick needle. Okay, they insert it and then they extract the fluid from the spinal cord. I was crying like hell, and that's when Dr. Divedi comes and to meet me. But I could barely even answer him back because of my tears. I was crying totally. So they had asked me to bend down like this, and then numbed the area of the spinal, this area, and they had inserted the needle and taken out the fluid, right? Now I think that's needed to reconfirm after MRI that a person really has MS. I could not move for almost 4 hours after they had taken me to the ward, and then on the third day they discharged me. Okay, and when they were discharging me, I had my friend who had admitted me. He came to discharge me, and I was not able to walk, right? I was in a wheelchair because of that lumbar puncture. It was paining. I was not able to move. And then Dr. Samsher Divedi, he explained MS to me and my friend, of course. He said that I have multiple sclerosis. It is a disease of an central nervous system, wherein the myelin sheath is attacked by the immune system, thinking it as a bad cell, maybe something like that. That's what he had explained, right? And there were white patches in the MRI films that he had shown me. So he said that the white patches that is there cannot be cured, but it can be controlled. So few things that he mentioned was, are you financially sound? Because this is a lifelong disease, and the treatment is not cheap, and you have to take the treatment throughout your life. So that's one thing that he said. And he said, of course, it cannot be cured. And so there were a lot of things that he was mentioning, right? But me, it was like everything was going above my head. Now that since it's been like over 10 years, I understand and I know what MS is, right? But at that point in time, 10 years back, I could not comprehend a single word that he had said. In fact, Dr. Dwivedi, he had even, drawn to explain what MS is. He had made that diagram that, okay, this is what MS is. This is how, the immune system attacks the myelin sheath, the coverage, and that's where that's what it gets damaged. And because it's the disease of a central nervous system, everything is controlled by your brain, right? So your speech is controlled by your brain, your movement, your body movement is controlled by your brain. So the symptoms could be any. I got the speech problem, someone might not be able to walk. Somebody might not be able to talk. Somebody might not be able to see. So the symptoms, the entire body is controlled by the central nervous system, right? It's like the CPU, right? So that's what he was saying. So now I understand, but back then I didn't. I was like, what is this? Like, why me? What did I do? Why me? Was it something like I had done wrong? Should I stop doing something? You get those kind of questions, right? How do I manage? Okay. So he said, there's no cure. All you have to do is manage. So I said, okay, and then fine, I got discharged. I went back. I could not go back to Delhi because I used to live alone, as I said. So I went and I crashed at my friend's place because I was not even able to, lie down and get up by my own. So she was helping me do that. So I stayed at her place for almost a week before I regained my strength. What did I do after regained my strength? That's a question, right? I went on doctor shopping. I think most of us does that, right? You want to go for a second opinion, thinking maybe it was misdiagnosed. Maybe it's not true. So I went on to see one of the doctor at Medanta. He confirmed it is MS. I saw two other doctors of Max. I really don't know why I saw two of the doctors in Max, but I did. Because I desperately wanted somebody to say that I don't have MS. And then when all these three doctors also confirmed that yes, it is MS, the only hope or the only option I was left with was to meet the doctor at AIIMS. AIIMS is like the supreme body, right? When it comes to medical facility in India, at least it's world known, of course. And AIIMS doctors, you really cannot dispute their findings, right? So I thought that I really wanted to meet someone from AIIMS, but again, the reviews of AIIMS was not that great. Like you have to wait for months, and there's a long queue. It's impossible to meet the doctors and all this, right? So I had heard all of this. Still, being hopeful, of course, I went and I checked AIIMS website. I searched for neurologist and I found Dr. Rohit Bhatia. I saw his email ID and I typed him a mail stating that, I have MS. I would really want to meet him. I had not expected him to reply me back, honestly. On that day, I had really not expected him to reply me back. But he did. That's how I am here, right? It's been 10 years now, more than 10 years. I have been seeing him, for my treatment, right? And he said that, I can go to meet him. So I did not take an appointment. I really did not, do all of those hard work. I went to visit AIIMS and, just with that message that he had, in fact he had even shared his number in the email that I had written to him, that this is my number kind. So I had taken the appointment via WhatsApp message. Lucky me. So he asked me to meet him. I went to AIIMS, and the first time I went AIIMS, I was like really shocked. The crowd that I saw there, I was thinking, how do I even pass by? I remember, I know that I have to go to room number 7, but there was that magnitude of people just outside the, OPD. I was like, having a second doubt or a mind that, should I go in or should I just go back home? I didn't know what to do. I mean, and then there was a guard there, and I went and I told him that I have to meet Dr. Bhatia. How do I pass this crowd? And, thankfully, with God's grace, I would say I have met good people, I guess. This guard was very helpful. He said, okay, you come with me. And he was the one who was guiding me through that massive crowd, which was there. He took me right in front of, the room number 7 where Dr. Bhatia sits, and he left me there that this is where Dr. Bhatia sits, you can meet him. And then the guy who was sitting, who was there, the helper, person, I showed him the message that doctor had sent me, and I told him that he wants me to meet him here. I didn't have an appointment, but I just had that one, WhatsApp message. So after waiting for a couple of hours, I guess, Dr. Bhatia called me, and then I met him. He asked this person to make a file for me, to make a card for me, so I did not get in the line to make a card or to make a file. Everything was done right. Now when it comes to AIIMS, it is also essential to remember that they will make you do their own level of test also, right? So I went through the MRI again, I did all the tests. And finally, when Dr. Rohit Bhatia also confirmed that I have MS, is when I accepted. Not the diagnosis, as in I did not accept that I have to live with it. I just accepted that, okay, I have MS and I will stop doing doctor shopping. That's what I did. Accepting that I have to live with it came way later, maybe 1.5 years later. I went under depression before that. Because I went through back-to-back attacks, right? And that is something that I will cover in my next video. But yes, this is the journey of what happened after I was told that I have MS. I went for doctor shopping. I went through a roller coaster of emotions, I guess. There were questions like, why me? What wrong did I do? How could I have avoided it? Can I make it right? There has to be something, right? How can it be like no cure? There has to be a cure for everything. Cross questioning and everything. One by one, but it was not helping, right? And that's what it is, right? That's how I guess most of you are also going through the same phase. But with my experience, I would like to say, accept it, and the sooner you accept, the better. So that's all for now. I will cover more on what all relapses that I had to go through in the next video that I will be covering. I hope you've liked the video, and I hope this video helps for people who have just been diagnosed, or people who are struggling to accept it, right? So just wanted to let you all know that you are not alone. Everyone has gone through the same phase, and we will definitely succeed in overcoming it together. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Till then, take care. Bye bye.
Join me, friends, I know you care. Exploring, and together we